Guys, this is Anam from Delicious and DIY, and today I have a fun little DIY craft. We will be making DIY board game coasters. You could make these coasters out of any board game. For instance, you could use the Scrabble board game, but I had a box of this vintage board game called Rummikub, and I've never played this game in my entire life. And I wasn't planning on using it anyway, so I decided why not make some coasters out of it. So I played around with the board game pieces and finally decided on the size and the pieces that I thought looked good together. It was mostly 2 horizontal, 3 vertical, and then 2 horizontal again. I was going to glue the board game pieces together, but to reinforce the back you need some sort of like a corkboard material, but I only had cardboard on hand, which also works. Using a pen or a pencil, roughly trace out what the size of the cardboard piece was going to be for the coasters. I was going to make about 4 coasters, so I traced it about 4 times, and then using a pair of scissors, just cut those square pieces out. To glue the pieces together, I am going to be using the hot glue Gorilla Sticks, and one by one just add the glue onto the piece and glue them together. This method of gluing the pieces together I wasn't really a big fan of, like picking one piece up, applying the glue, and then attaching the pieces together. I think it didn't turn out as symmetrical and aligned as I wanted it to be. But I will show you another way I attach these pieces further along in the video. This is a pretty simple, straightforward craft to do. It took me all in all, I think about 15 minutes from start to finish. Just apply the glue, attach the pieces together, and rinse and repeat. When all the pieces were glued together, it was time to reinforce the back. With the cardboard pieces that we cut before, apply a thin layer of glue onto it, and then just attach it on the back side of the board game pieces. Press it down firmly until the glue is dry. So to finish off the edges of the coaster, I decided to use white yarn. The same thing applies, use a little bit of the glue and then just wrap the yarn around the edges of the coaster. So this is the second method that I actually preferred over the first one. What I did different was to attach the pieces in one row together first. This helped a lot because then I just had to attach those rows together, which made it way more uniform than before. And then to finish off the coaster, attach the cardboard piece to the back side of it. If you have corkboard material on hand, that would actually work pretty good. If you even have felt on hand, that will work as well. Later on, when I was done making all the 4 coasters, I had a piece of like a styrofoam material that I attached onto the back of all the coasters. And then it was just a matter of attaching the yarn to finish off the edges of the coaster. You could also use a piece of rope, or you could use a different colored yarn as well. I just went with the white, which I had on hand. Apply the glue and then just attach the yarn all around the edges. And there you have it. Here is the final result. And if you guys like this project, be sure to like, subscribe. All the materials and the supplies that I used in this project will be listed down below. And I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye guys.